frame there. So just go in to as many of the nooks and crannies as you can and get a nice gessoing of white on everything. If you can't get into some little space, don't worry about it. Some little tight space, you don't have to worry about it. Just get all the main areas. Get the mains. And then once this dries, we will use sprays. Now you can use watered down acrylic paint. You could use Tim Holtz Distress sprays. You could use Diane Reevely sprays. Like I said, you can just use watered down acrylic paint to do the painting part. But I love using the sprays. It's so quick and easy, so pretty, so effective. I really like it. I really like using the sprays. And the back page here, I'm going to do a real pretty collage of some sort. Not sure. I think I might use some of my own artwork and some collage bits and collage it. Because I want the back to lay really flat. Because this is already not going to lay flat when we're going to look through the book. So at least the back can be flat. So I'll do a real pretty collage on that for my focal point on the back. I could just leave it like this on the back. That could be gorgeous too. So we'll see. We will see. Okay. So now we have everything white. And now it almost looks gorgeous just like this, doesn't it? But see, this is how you can take a bunch of mix-matched, what I call salvaged art pieces, and make them all cohesive. For one, just painting them all white. And then, like I said, we're going to take our sprays, and we're going to do 3 or 4 different color sprays and have them blend together, and it's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be fabulous. Okay, let me put my thing away, my brush away. Let me look and see what you guys are seeing. Look how, see, doesn't that look fabulous already? Look how cool that looks. I am obsessed. Okay, so you guys, we're going to let this dry. And in the next part, we will use the sprays on this. Yes, I think this is going to be fabulous. I am so excited. You know what? I think we have time because it's only 5 minutes into the next video. So you guys, you know what? Why don't we do the collage on this back cover? Okay, we'll do that. So I'm going to pause this camera, hopefully, and prepare, and then we will just continue on in this same video and do the back of this. And then we'll let this dry, we'll come back in another video, and we'll do the spraying. So let me pause this video and get set up for that. And I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, we are back. I went ahead and pulled some collage bits. And this is what I came back with as arrangement for this. Doesn't it look fabulous? Okay, so let's glue all these pieces down. And this will be on the back. This will be the front cover. Okay? So let me get out my Mod Podge. I didn't think I was going to have time to do the back cover with you guys, but I do. So there we go. So this piece right here, isn't that gorgeous? It's a doll. I got this from a magazine called Where Women Create. I absolutely love it. It's expensive as hell. The magazine's like $14. Well, you guys, can't wait to tell you this. Where Women Create, go to that, wherewomencreate.com. And right now, you can buy all the back issues anywhere from 99 cents to like $5. And these magazines were like $14 or $15. They're great just to have and look through and be inspired. They're also great for collage bits. And that's where I got this from. Was from that magazine. So it's especially if you can go pick them up for 99 cents, $1, $2. I didn't pay more than $3 for any of them. I just ordered I think about 10 of them. I spent like, how much I spent? Like $25. One of these magazines cost you $14 at Joann's or Michael's. So, to spend $25 to get like 10 magazines is excellent. I just love looking through them and being inspired by all the women in their art studio spaces. So it's just all about women's, where they create their art. Some people have businesses, some people just create their art and they show you their studios. It's really cool, or their craft rooms. It's really, really an awesome magazine. I love it. I just hate paying that price. So now that I know that they do that here and there, I'll just wait until they clearance them out and go buy a bunch. So I'm going to do a video on it, but I just bought a bunch of really cool mixed media supplies. And I consider those magazines mixed media supplies. So I'm going to do a video on that. Like a little haul video on a bunch of mixed media stuff that I just recently bought that I think is really cool. So, alright, so we're gluing this piece in. And sometimes I glue them down, and you guys know how I do it. I usually put a shellacking of the Mod Podge right on top. But I'm not right now. I don't do it when I don't have time for drawing. I'll just put, I'll use a magazine as my glue surface. And then you can just turn the piece and you have a new fresh glue surface. And that's what I do when I need to be able to glue this stuff down and not have to wait for, you know, everything to dry. Okay, so then I had these pieces like this, right? Yeah. And I'll be showing you guys where I get these, we'll be going through this book where I get all these roses from. I've told you guys before, it's a book called, you get them on eBay. Right now they have them for like $4 or $5. Dirt cheap. It's a hardback book. This is it here. It's called The Ultimate Rose, American Rose Society. These are $4, you guys. I've ordered, I probably have about a collection of 5 of them right now. And the reason I have so many is I'm afraid. I'm afraid when they stop selling. Because I love roses and I get all my roses from these books for my mixed media. So, and you know when you buy your mixed media stuff from, you know, any craft store, you're not going to spend $4 for an entire book of roses. You'll get like maybe 4 or 5 roses for that price. This is an entire book of roses that you can use in your mixed media. It's fabulous. Okay. I think that's where I want that rose to go. And this one can fit right here. Perfect. Just turn my magazine again so I can have a fresh page to glue on. So these magazines I use, you know, like when you're at the grocery store and you see those free magazines, pick a couple of those up. You can use them as glue surfaces. And I would first go through the magazine, make sure there's no collage bits that you want to use in your art, and then use the magazine so you can use it as a glue surface, a glue down surface. Oh, I love these roses on here. This looks so pretty, so pretty, so pretty. Okay, I can tell you one thing I want to do over these right now. I think what makes these look more like collage bits, it makes them look more like they belong to the piece, is to always take a script stamp. I do it all the time. You guys see it's one of my tricks that I love. Take a script stamp, and we're going to script stamp over those roses. And I don't like to do it evenly either. I like to do it so it looks like, you know, some of the script stamp is here and there. So it does not have to be even. Okay, see how cool that looks. And now it's, you know, now it's also blending a little bit with the background because the background has script in it, right? Love it. I'm going to do a little bit over this right here. Over this little thing here. This says become a possibilitarian. Isn't that so cute? I will come in closer on that in a second. And you know what? I'm going to do a little script stamp over that right there. Just a little bit. Fabulous. Oh, and in the first video, if you haven't watched the first video, how I did the background. I did the background off camera. The background is layers of scrapbook paper, music note paper, book paper, stamp, stamp, like different color inks of stamp. And I use a bunch of different stamps. I use some napkins. And I might have used some watercolor over that too. Watercolor in areas. Or acrylic paint in areas, watered down, so you can still see through the layers. And then I took white gesso and just did a light filming of that over it, kind of with a baby wipe, just so that it looks kind of mystical and magical, okay? Okay, so what we need to do now is I want to use my, I'm going to use my oil pastel on the edges to edge this out. A lot of times I use a Jane Davenport's watercolor pencil, not watercolor pencil, Jane Davenport's color sticks, or you can use a black gelato. But I don't use this a lot. This is an oil pastel. You can also use an oil pastel to do this, to smoke out your edges. And a lot of people have an oil pastel. They may not have a water-soluble crayon, like the Jane Davenport's or the gelatos. So, you don't use water because it's an oil pastel. You just rub it with your finger. And I've been doing it lately, and I've been loving it, so. Okay. There we go. I had to lay it on a little bit thicker right there. I thought I had it on enough, but I didn't. Okay. Now you can also use a Stabilo if you have that. You can use a watercolor pencil. Now if you do that, you wet your finger and then smear it. But when you have an oil pastel, it's just the rubbing and the oils from your finger that will, you know, blend it out and mesh it out and make it all good. But I just wanted to show that because I always use a water soluble crayon, like a Stabilo or a Faber-Castell. Oh, in fact, I wanted to. Let me get that out. Just a second. I just took a little trip recently, so I have a bunch of stuff packed away. Okay. I unpacked a bunch of my art supply stuff. So this is the water-soluble crayon that Jane Davenport has. Hers look like lipsticks. So I could have taken this one and did all the edges, and then use a little bit of, wet my finger and then do a little bit like that. So wet my finger and go like that. I can do it right over what I just did. Just wanted to show you that. Okay. This works right over the oil pastel. Huh. Okay. So, you can use that. Now, I love to use a, this is a, you can use either a Stabilo, which is a water-soluble like pencil, or you can use a watercolor pencil. And I like to go, you know, around all of the, do a little bit of shading around all the edges of like my collagey bits. Put a little shadow. And to blend this out, you need to wet your finger. Okay, try not to get my hand on this over here. Oh, I got my arm all white. Oh well. Okay. Let me wipe off my hand or my arm. I got my, this is, remember this is all white with gesso because that has to dry. Alright, let me move that over. This is what we're focusing on now. Now you could use that oil pastel that I just used on the edges, but it's nice when you have a pencil, a water-soluble pencil, or a Stabilo, because you can get right up on the picture a lot easier. So just wet your finger and then just start blending that out a little bit. Give yourself some shadows. You can either have a baby wipe nearby, or you can have your spit. Oh my god, look at today I'm using, instead of my spit, I'm using a my baby wipe. I just happen to have it right here beside me. So if I didn't have a baby wipe right here, I would be using my spit. Yeah, some people are like, that's disgusting, Angela. It is, but it's my own spit, and it's my book, so. I suppose if I was making a gift, I wouldn't put some spit on it. Alright, I'll stop talking about that. Because I know some people are going, that's gross. Alright. That looks good. Okay, I am loving that. I wonder if I want to throw some white, what I call fairy dust, which is nothing but white splatters. I think I do. Let's throw some, you guys know I love my fairy dust. Do we have time? Yes, we have time. Okay, so let's just take a little bit of white paint. With some water. And a fan brush. Gotta find one. I have a couple of them. And can't find any of them. What the hell? Here we go. Alright, so I got a fan brush, some wet paint. And we are going to do some splatters. Or we're going to do some fairy dust. That's what I like to call it. Fairy dust. I think this is where it adds the magic to everything. Perfect. Love it. I always like to end it with little fairy dust. Okay, you guys, I think that looks good. Let me come in a little bit closer on both pages so you guys can see what's going on. Okay. So let me come in a little closer. Oh! Oh, Lord. Sorry, guys. Oh, my camera just fell right on me. Sorry about that. All right, let me see where you guys are at. Jeez, what a mess. So sorry about that. I know some of you guys are rolling like, girl, get it together. Okay. So I just wanted to come in close so you guys can see. Look how pretty that looks. Come out just a little bit. There we go. And then there we go. And then there's the bottom. And I love that saying, become a possibilitarian. Isn't that so cool? Again, that's another little collage bit that I got out of Where Women Create magazine. Okay, so let me come over. I just want to show you a close-up of the salvaged art we did. Finnabar inspired. Okay. It's Finnabar inspired type of art, but I love to call it salvaged art. Look how pretty. Now, you guys saw what it looked like when we were gluing it all down. It looked like a damn mess, right? But look how cool it looks even just painted all white. Doesn't that just look awesome? I think that is so pretty. Let me come back out a little bit. So what we got to do is we got to let this dry. And we will come back in probably the third part and we'll do the coloring of this and finish this up for my cover. And then we will have a review over this entire altered mixed media book. Okay, you guys, that's it for now. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.